Hi, everyone. It's Betty Ray again with Ask Raphael a Question. Yes, we are here to channel the Archangel Raphael and to answer your questions. That's why we are here live. It is 11 o'clock, and we promised we'd come back every day at 11 o'clock while we're doing these 30 days to happiness. Each day has a suggestion of what to focus on for that day to help you discipline your mind so that you can communicate with your own angels and guides. How many people have asked me that? I can't begin to count. And so this is what we've done. It takes discipline of the mind, it takes determination to be able to open up those inner senses. You have five outer senses, right? Well, it's the inner senses that is your intuition. And so we are saying to you, be at peace, dear ones, and know you can do this. Now, yesterday, we talked about you making up 50 things you no longer wish to experience. Did you do it? And if not, you're going to be scrambling to keep up with us. So it is 50 things you no longer wish to experience. Well, we no longer wish to experience any physical discomfort in the body. And so you write that down. And in fact, you can itemize each one of you got more than one thing, and that will help fill in your 50. Now, when I was first suggested to do this by a teacher that I had, I was asked to do 100 things. And I thought, I don't even know of 100 things. But I figured I'm only asking you for 50, and I hope you did it. Because today's video is about turning those 50 things you no longer wish to experience into 50 things you'd like to experience. So if you have pain in the body, well, you're going to put on the list today, I no longer have pain in my body. And that's how you do it. You don't say, I wish to have, you say, I no longer have pain in my body. And that's how you focus on what it is you desire to experience. So take your list of 50 things, and for today, you change it to what you want to experience, what you desire to experience. And here's the key to that. Listen carefully. You do it with joy in your heart. Because if you do it with doubt in your mind or fear that it's not going to happen or God's not going to hear your prayers, that cancels it right out. And poof, it's gone. So you have to have trust like a little child and leaving yourself open to good things to come to you, trusting that in God's perfect way, you will experience the desires of your heart. This is why God puts those desires there in you to help you be a co-creator with this divine energy. And so today's one says this. Remember, we're working with these 30 days to happiness. And so we're on day 19, everyone. This day, I will turn my list of 50 things I no longer desire to experience in my life into 50 things I desire to create in my life. Now, if you are a co-creator with God, which I assure you you are, this is the most important list, isn't it? The other one is because this is the way we think. We think negative first, and then we try to make it positive. So this is why we said, make the list of 50 things you no longer wish to experience. And then turn it into what you do want to experience. Just simply change it around. So here's what this one says. I desire to create a happy life. Don't we all? And it says, I desire to create a healthy, happy body. I desire to surround myself with happy people. I desire to find the means to have all my financial needs met easily, with money left over to spend in whatever I choose. I desire to have relationships only with happy, successful, intelligent, humorous, and uplifting people. That's a pretty good thing to desire, don't you think? Don't you think you want friends that are not only loyal, but are also fun to be with? Don't you think it would be a great idea to center that as one of your desires? And I am so blessed in that area. And again, one of the most important things you can say every day is this positive affirmation, which is, quote, thank you, God, that all my needs are met this day and every day of my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, unquote. When you have that happy attitude, when you have your heart and your mind lifted up in praise to God, lifted up in saying, I am a being of light. I am a co-creator with God. And therefore, I have all I need to create all I desire. And so this is our 19th day. We're really getting close to the 30 days of happiness. And if you've been paying attention, you know that right now, I told you at 11 o'clock, we would be live. So you can ask questions of Raphael and I can answer them. So that's what I do. I'm like the telephone for Raphael. I hear the questions, I tell them to Raphael. Raphael feeds it back to me, and I tell it to you. I'm the interpreter for an archangel. And that's a gift that I've had for well over 50 years now. And so if you really would like and they're all free, remember, I don't charge anymore. If you would like a private session with Raphael, all you have to do is email me at angelbettyray@gmail.com. And Raphael and I will set up a time when it will work for both of us that you can have time with Raphael. And believe me, it's well worth the experience. All people who have had the experience go away with their happiness intact and their surge of energy that says, I can do this. I can do this. And so we're here today to say again, take that 50 list of things you no longer wish to experience and turn it around and say what you wish to experience instead. And then, this is the important part, focus on the 50 things you wish to experience. Just shove that other list away and don't look at it again. Because if you look at the negative, that's what you'll create. Whatever you look at, whatever you focus on, whatever you give your emotions and your heart to, if it's anxiety and anger and frustration, you will get more of it because you are the creator. You have free will. You can choose what you desire to experience. And if you have a happy heart, if you have a mind that is set to look for good in everything that happens, you'd be surprised at just how wonderful your life can be. Now, we are here again live. If you have any questions, then you can type them in and we will hear them and we will try to answer them for you. So if we don't have any more, we'll again reemphasize that today and your 30 days to happiness, we're on day 19, it is for you to take that list of 50 things that you no longer wish to experience and turn them around into what you would like to experience. Now, I'm hearing some of you saying, I no longer wish to have a failed marriage. I no longer wish to have an unhappy relationship. Okay, so let's turn that around. I desire to have a wonderful marriage, a faithful companion. I desire to have a relationship that will be stimulating and fun to be in for both parties. You don't want to be specific about what they look like because their outside appearance is not important. And that's what I get with some people too, is that they will say, I want a tall, dark, and handsome guy. He's got to be 6 feet. He's got to be taller than me. He's got to be this. He's got to be that. And that's not what you want to focus on. You know, it's what's inside. And if it isn't a person with a joyful, happy attitude, then what are you going to be stuck with? Who wants that? And so, again, in another time, we're going to talk about the different things that you look for in a relationship. And we'll put that on another day. But for now, we're going through these 30 days to happiness. And let's say again, this day, I will turn my list of 50 things I no longer desire to experience in my life into 50 things I desire to create in my life. And I will focus on that. I will get my energy up and excited about this actually happening. And I have so many people I read for, and this is what Raphael tells them, that there are ways of creating what you desire. And it simply means putting a guard on your mind, which is one of the 30 days. Spend a whole day figuring out what it is you think. And if you have negative thoughts that keep popping into your head, well, shove them out and put a different thought in instead, because you do have control over your thoughts. You just have to tune into them. And if you've got feelings of, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'm just not good enough. Oh, what happens? You're shrinking because the energy in you has whooshed out of you. And when you take a deep breath, you fill up your lungs like a balloon and it lifts you up and you can smile again because you know you've got an angel right here beside you. You are never alone. You always have. And I'm hearing somebody say, do we have privacy at all? Yes, you do, because they're not interested in anything like that. They're only interested in your spirit self. And yes, you do have privacy, and they honor that. They love and respect you, these angels. And these angels are energy that is pure spirit. They are like a little fiber of God that is there to be with you. And the mind of God is receives through that angelic being. And so everybody has a guardian angel. And how do you listen to them? That should be one of the things that you put on your list of what you desire to experience. You desire to experience how you can hear your guardian angel. And here's a quick clue. They don't speak in words 90% of the time. Angels speak in ideas that flash into your mind, and then you have to scramble to find the words to explain what you got in an instant. Sometimes it can take you 15 minutes to tell somebody how you got this brilliant idea. And I've given you examples in the past of some of my artwork. And for example, I showed you a while back my symbols rug. That was quite a phenomenal answer to a question that I gave to my angels, and they shot back with this rug. They gave me the whole picture of a 4 foot by 6 foot rug. And I quickly sketched it on a piece of just plain paper. And then the adventure began into how that became a reality. And that's what's fun about being a human sentient being on planet Earth, is that you get to figure out how you can manifest, how you can create and take an idea that is just abstract and bring it into reality. I mean, look at the computers that are out there. There are so many minds that put those computers together over the years, and they just keep getting better and better and better. So here we are with this little laptop that I have, and I get to talk to you, and you get to see me. Isn't that astounding? Now, it may not seem that to you if you're a young person and you're so used to this age of computers. But I remember back when I had to use a regular typewriter. And if I wanted copies of it, I had to use that terrible black copy paper that it was greasy and it was ugh. And if you made a mistake, you had to peel it back and you had to white out what you put on there, and then you had to put it back in, then you had to go try and line it up. You are so lucky to have it. I was so happy when I learned to use a computer that I could cut and paste. Oh, this paragraph would go so much better here. And now here I am in my 80s, and I have brought about 2 novels that are metaphysical, they're spiritual novels, and I hope you will look them up on Amazon. They're called the Anita Lynn series by Betty Ray. Now, they are metaphysical, meaning that the main character has an angel that she speaks to and works with. In fact, she's called Nancy Drew of the 50s because the book goes back into the 50s. And it's exciting. The first one is actually the challenge of the Ku Klux Klan. And the second book that's out is actually the challenge of, it's really kind of bad, but it's human trafficking. And the third book that we're working on, we're working on a third book. The third book is about art fraud. And it begins with a young boy who is an art genius. And it's his story that is being told in book 3. We're working on it. But in the meantime, we've already sent to our publisher the book that is a conversation between Raphael and me, answering all the questions that I've been given all over the years. And it's a complete book, and it's a conversation between Raphael and I, and it will be called, I gotta stop and think because we just changed it. Oh, it will be called Timely Messages from an Archangel. And please look for it on Amazon as soon as it comes out, hopefully this month, if not next month. So look forward to that because you will find a lot of your answers there in that book. And we're so excited to be able to bring to you the messages from an archangel. And again, we invite you to call us, or excuse me, to email us because we don't give out our phone number online like this. Email us at angelbettyray@gmail.com, and we'll be happy to set up a time with you. So, everyone, this is day 19 of 30 Days to Happiness, and each day offers you an opportunity of how to be happy. So, take all of these little ideas and work with them, practice with them, keep using them, and most of all, be happy. Because if you want to create something, you can only do it when your energy is filled up with happiness. If you are very low on happiness, then you don't have any gas in your engine to create anything. So fill up with happiness this day. And whatever you desire to create, you likely will create it this day. And so God bless you. Have fun creating. And I'll talk to you again tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Bye now.